Can this SE get as close as possible to my core? Let's see. Let's do it. There are three things I think we'll need to touch on. Number one, the feel. So there is a difference in feel, and what I noticed is that it's this. When you grab the neck, right, of an SE, I can instantly feel the difference between this and my core model. And what it is the fret edges. So the fret edges of the core are a lot more rounded, right? That's why it feels like it's just so comfortable to play. This one is still comfortable to play for sure, but you can really feel like the edge of the fretboard on your fingers as compared to the core. So what I'm gonna do, number one, is we're gonna roll the fretboard edge so we can get a similar feel to the core. Number two, cosmetics. So first, these pickup rings are a bit different. So the SE pickup rings, the difference is that on the core models, the holes of the rings are recessed, right? So let me show you. As you can see here, it's peeking up on top. And on the core models, the screws are nicely tucked inside the recessed holes. So when you feel it, they don't really get in the way. Not that they actually do, but it's just, you know, a nice little enhancement, right? Okay, next, in the cosmetic parts, I really like that this has hybrid hardware, meaning there's brass colored or gold colored. You have gold screws, gold pull pieces. I don't have any replacement for the buttons. I do have SE locking tuners, so that's what we're gonna do. Number three would be hardware. We're gonna replace the tuning machines with the SE locking tuner so that we can get as close as possible to the core. We are going to replace the bridge with a solid brass machined bridge. The SE uses a cast, I don't know exactly what the material is, but it is cast. It's not solid brass. Same with this. And also the block is some sort of steel or zinc block. So we're going to replace this with the brass. The core model also uses a brass block inside. So not only are the base plate and saddles solid machined brass, it also uses a brass block behind it. As you can see here, this is brass. Another thing that I'm going to change here would be, I know these are already the US knobs, right? But if I'm going to copy the core model of this finish, these come in amber. So we'll change those to amber. The SE has a three-way, and it's very straightforward. The bridge position here is the bridge humbucker. The neck position is the third position, and then the middle is both of them. And then when you split the coil here, then it does the exact same thing, except the coils are split. So we're gonna change this out to a five-way. So the core model has a five-way, while the SE has a three-way and a push-pull for the coil tap. On the first position, it's just the humbucker. On the second position, it's the full humbucker and this single coil on the neck. Middle is both humbuckers. The fourth position is single coil in parallel. And then the last position is neck full humbucker. So we're gonna do the same with the SE. And this is personal. I'm not sure if you guys experience this, but I've been playing PRS SEs for a while, and I never use the coil tap. I don't know why, but during gigs, I just don't get the chance to really pull it out and switch. But when I was using my core model, I found myself using different positions. I guess it's just more natural for me to flip on the selector switch, then pulling this out. So I'm going to change this to the 5-way and copy the pickup positions of the core model. Lastly, I mean, these pickups are great, but I want something slightly different. So I'm going to change these out to covered gold pickups, which I will talk about later on when I show you all the parts. One of the things that I always think about really is I want to extract the most out of the pickup. So I am going to replace the pot of this one to a 1 meg pot so that we can extract as much frequencies from the pickup as possible. I know, you know, it's people think it's a rule that, you know, if you use humbuckers, you should use a 500K pot. If it's single coil, it should be 250K. And if if it's a jazz master type of guitar, then that's when you use a 1 meg. Really, it's all about how you use them and how you combine them. The lower the value, you lose a lot more of the treble, or you lose a lot more of the high frequencies. So I just want to use a 1 meg pot so that I don't lose anything. I'd rather have them all there when I need it rather than not. And besides, you can control it with the tone control anyway. So yeah, I think that's gonna make a difference when I install the covered pickups. Did I miss anything? I'm not sure. What else? I don't have replacement for this, but I do have a 17 millimeter wide strap button, which is almost as big as this. So you'll get the same stability on your strap with that one, and I'll show you that part later. Okay, let's see what we got here. So this, I have the whole set, of course, but this is the SE locking tuners. It has the brass shaft and the lock on the top, and it has the screw pegs here that will fit the SE. Okay, this one I want to talk about a little bit more. This is the Musiclily Ultra brass bridge for PRS. So this is the hybrid one where you have the brass saddles here. It has this really nice brass block, very, very solid. This is machined brass, so this one is very, very solid PRS bridge from Musiclily. Next is the 5-way switch. So this is a 5-way super switch. As you can see, it's 4-pole and 5-way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So this is your typical Oak Grigsby style 5-way super switch, which we're going to use so that we can get the pickup configurations that we have in the core. Okay, next is the pickups. So I am going to be installing these Artec VH59 pickups. So this is for the bridge, and this is for the neck. Now you might ask, why Artec? These are very, very affordable pickups, right? But dude, they sound amazing. I've used this in a lot of my guitars already. The reason why I like them so much is, well, number one, they do have the covers, and that makes it pretty, of course. But in the tonal profile, it's got really tight bass, and it's very chimey. So you get very clear, articulate notes on the upper range of the frequencies. It's very, very clear. Clarity is very good. So, I suggest you check these guys out. They're not expensive at all. So if you don't like them, take them out, sell them, whatever. But these are very good. So these are Artec. They're also sold by Musiclily. I've probably bought, how many sets? 4 or 5 sets of these already. They're that good. Okay, next we have the pickup rings. So these are the PRS USA pickup rings. As you can see, they are recessed here. So that'll look pretty on our SE. And then we have the amber colored USA knobs. Okay. Now, I mentioned earlier that I will install a 1 meg pot. This is an A1M pot from from Musiclily. They make really good parts. I've used them on a lot of builds, so these are very good and I trust it a lot. So we're going to be using this 1M. And then for the capacitor that we're going to use for the treble bleed, instead of using the typical 180 PF that is used in SEs and some core models, we're going to go with a 330 PF since our size or our resistance on the pot is much larger. It's double that of 500. So I'm simply going to double the capacitor from a lower value of 180. Well, not double, but use a higher capacitor at 330 PF. And then lastly, this is the strap buttons I was talking about. 17-inch. They're about the same width as the ones on the core, so they will be pretty stable with your strap. All right, let's get cracking. So I'm finally done with all the modifications, and here it is. Look at that. What I did here, so what we did, we installed the PRS SE locking tuners, right? And then we also installed the Musiclily PRS style bridge. This is fully machined, so it's machined brass. Should give us a very nice, warm, plunky tone. And then here we also have the Artec VH59 pickups for that vintage tone. We have the PRS ivory colored pickup rings. So another thing that we did here was we changed the pickup selector to 5-way blade. So instead of 3-way, you now have 5 positions. So what we have here, of course, is still the bridge pickup. And of course, you got the neck pickup and you got both. But on position 2, you got the full humbucker and a single coil in the neck. And in the 4th position, you have single coil, single coil. And we changed the knobs to the amber colored knobs. So now, this is what we got. What a big change just with these small modifications. So let's do some sound tests. We are at the bridge pickup. There's a big change in the feel, especially on the neck, because what I did was we rolled the fret edges here, so now they are much rounder, and they feel very, very similar to the core model. Well, at least to my fingers. Since I have a Custom 24 core model, I'm able to compare it, and I can say that they are pretty close now. So just by rolling the fret edges makes a big difference in the comfort feel. It used to feel a little bit hard, you know what I mean? Like there's it's hard to describe, but it felt stiff, right? But after rolling the edges, it just feels more at home. Okay, let's try the neck pickup. There's a lot of clarity with the VH59s. That's why I love these pickups so much. but it still has that, you know, vintagey kind of tone. Okay, let's do both pickups together. So let's take a look at second position, which is basically the humbucker and single coil neck. All right, and for the fourth position, that would be single coil neck and single coil bridge. It's good with strumming, I think. All right, next, let's check out the tremolo. So again, I mentioned this is the Musiclily machined all brass tremolo with the tremolo block being brass as well. As you can see right here, it's brass. I still haven't closed up the electronics cavity, as you can see, but it's all installed. And a little secret mod that I did. If you notice, the screws that are holding the tremolo are gold. Can you see that? For that hybrid look. But they're not really gold because they are the original screws. I just polished them up and used a yellow Sharpie. So now it looks gold. I'm not worried about the yellow Sharpie though. Since it's under the strings and you will never touch them, they will always remain gold. But it looks cool, don't you think? Look at that. So it matches nicely with the brass saddles and the gold pickups. Beautiful. Okay, let's try out the tremolo arm. Oops, this isn't the right tremolo arm. Where did the tremolo arm go? Hold on a minute. All right, I found the tremolo arm. Okay, let's try the tremolo arm. So, put it in there. Nice and snug. It flutters too. Maybe I'll tighten that a little bit so that I don't swing too much. Yep. All right. So it can flutter which means it's perfectly floating properly. Nothing is holding it, you know, holding it back. Let's see if it goes out of tune. Here's the G. And it holds tune perfectly. Okay, no problems with tuning stability with the tremolo. Nice. Okay, let's see how this thing sounds like with distortion. I'm going to be on the bridge pickup. We are using the Overdrive channel of the PRS MT15 back there. All right, now let's check out the bridge pickup. Normally, like bridge pickups or bridge path pickups they tend to get muddy with distortion. But this is still very articulate. Both pickups. All right, so there you have it. All the mods and upgrades I did here, roughly, I think it's gonna be around $250, somewhere in that range. But I think with that amount of mods, it literally changed, you know, this guitar almost completely. It's almost a different type of guitar now. It's so beautiful. Look at that. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please consider to like and subscribe. I have, you know, just click them for me. I do have some affiliate links for some of the parts. If you are interested in the pickups and the bridge, I have links down at the description. Check them out. I'll see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Catch you later. Bye-bye.